So the first thing we're going to do is create a new project in WeVideo. So I'm going to create a new video and I'm going to make sure it's at a horizontal space. Now, what I need to do next is upload the different filmed images that I took. So remember in my example, I had a video with lots of different Mrs. K characters all working and interacting with each other as part of the video. So what you need to do is import all of those videos from your camera roll into WeVideo. So you use the import tool. So you press import and then you'll look for it on your computer. So more than likely they'll be in your downloads or in your camera roll, so you can see them all there. And then I would individually import those into my WeVideo. So pause the video and do that now. And then we'll work on creating the layers that we're going to work with to build our film. Next, we need to create the video layers for our individual characters. So you can see from the stock media that I have in my media, there was the T character, there was the singing character, there was the one that was running, there was the one that was gaming on her iPad, there was a superhero character, there was the cold character, and there was the winter character. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means I'm going to need 7 video layers. Now, by default, my WeVideo will start with 2 video layers, and you can see they're named video 1 and video 2. So I'm going to need to add video layers. And what I might do to make it easier is I'm actually going to rename them. So by default, they're named 1, 2, 3. I'm going to click on the words video 1 and I'm going to rename them. So I'm going to have T, and that's where my T character goes. And then I'm going to have singing, and that's where my singing character goes. Now I'm going to add in another layer for the runner. So I press plus, and then I add a video track, and then I'll change that. So let's do the gamer first. And now I'm going to do one for the runner. So again, plus, video track, add, and this one here is for the runner. You don't necessarily have to name your video tracks. I just find it easier when I'm working with multiple video tracks just to know where they're going to go. And that also helps me with the editing of the interconnection between all the characters. And I've got the superhero girl. So another plus, video track, rename, superhero, and then winter, and then the last one was the singer or the dancer girl. Okay, so now you can see I've got lots of tracks there, or a track for each of my characters. So I'm going to start with working with my first character, who's my T character. So she's the one that starts off our video. So I've got 2 video pieces of footage for her. I've got this one and I've got this one. I'm guessing this is the first one, but what I would do is probably play them and just determine which is the right one to go first. This is the one. And so the way I added her onto her video track is I select the video footage, and I can preview it over here just to see what it's like. And then I can pick it up, drag and drop it into her video layer. Once that character's in that video layer, I can then edit that particular footage. So just cut it up and make it, nice and neat. Take out any beginning and end points. So all of this kind of nothing sound at the beginning, I could probably just cut that. So play and then use the scissors to cut. And then I can move my track over.
Oh, hey.
Okay. So what I would do now is I want to add the singing girl. Okay, because I want to show that my 2 characters are talking and interacting with one another and singing. So that's her video footage there, and she's going to go into the layer that's called singing. So I'm going to pick her up, drag and drop her. And now you'll notice that anything on top becomes the main layer. So she's now covered the T girl. Okay.
You have to listen.
So what I would do is I determine whereabouts I want the singing girl to appear. So maybe I want the singing girl first.
Have to listen. I'm getting so much better. Ready?
Okay, so I'd probably stop it there. Maybe.
La, 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 la.
Okay. So at 5:10, using the playhead, I determine what time I want to stop her at. So probably 5:10, and I'll cut that footage there. So then I want this girl to appear at the same time. So what I need to do with my layers is I need to modify the size of the layers so that they're side by side. So
Have to listen. I'm getting so much better. Ready? Oh, hey. La, la, la.
okay, so I know that's where I want her to start from.
Oh, hey, you six. How are you?
Okay, so probably from about there, I'm going to stop it. All right. So what I want is these two clips to appear
I'm getting so much
side by side, so they're not on top of each other. So the way I would do that is I'd modify the scale of the size of each particular clip. So I'm going to start with the tea lady, and I'm going to double click on her and then use the scale. Actually, I'll start with the singing lady, double click on her, and then use the scale feature to just kind of make her smaller or bigger. Okay. So see how once I've done that, I can move her to a different spot. Okay. So if I want her to be if I want to cancel her, I can cancel her. The other thing I might want to do is crop out some of the excess space. Okay. So I kind of want to get rid of that and that. So that'll help a little bit. And then I'm going to move her. And then I'm going to physically move her using this move tool. So I want it to be about there. Save. So then I want to do the same sort of thing to this girl. So I'm going to physically move her to about there. Save. Okay. So now
have to listen. I'm getting so much better. Ready? Oh, hey, you six. How are you?
so you can see how now they're side by side. Now, the one thing I do notice is the colouring difference between the two clips. So you can see this one's a little bit lighter and this one's a little bit darker. If you can try and take that out. So if you're doing this in front of a green screen, it works really well because you can pull all those colors away using that masking tool. But if you can't, it's okay for it to be slightly different because remember, you're talking about different characters in different kind of spaces. What I might do is I might try and mask out the colors. So I'm going to start with this one and I want to see what happens if I did this. So you can see that completely gets rid of my clip. So I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to cancel. You can see now
Oh, hey, you six. How are you?
the two clips are working quite well together. The other thing that I would want to do just to kind of get them to work a little bit better is look at the volume of the clip. So you can see that.
Listen, I'm getting so much better. Ready? Oh, hey, you six.
When my girl starts singing, she kind of overpowers the tea girl in her conversation. So what I would do there is I'd just play with the volume a little bit. So I might even move the volume of that clip down so it's not as loud.
I'm getting so much better. Ready? Oh, hey, you six. How are you?
Okay. So see if you can add in two clips to start with and modify those two clips so that they kind of appear on screen at the same time and it looks like your two characters are talking to one another.